What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, feeling a little better, but still a little under the weather. Anyways, I've been following the Takeoff situation. I don't know if you guys looked into it at all, but there was a shooting. And anyways, there's a lot of rumors going around that it was his own person just trying to defend him or their, Uncle Quavo. Anyways, obviously the Migos were big when I was growing up. They've still been big. They make great music. And out of all of them, the person who passed away seemed to be the most decent out of all of them. Never caused any issues. And honestly, in all these videos, he didn't do anything. He literally was just standing there. He took a stray bullet, actually 2 stray bullets. Now, what they're saying happened is basically, this is why training is so crucial. Because stuff like this can happen, and it does happen. People get hit with strays. In chaotic situations, it's chaos. And in this situation, I just watched like a video, a new angle or whatever, where it shows the guy with the actual firearm, and it was related to that camp. Same crew, same friends, maybe even family members. And the guy went to draw to protect either Quavo. We don't know 100% sure. We haven't seen 100% of the surveillance footage, but we know that literally Takeoff was just standing there looking around, just like having his brother's back. Didn't hit anyone, didn't do anything, literally just standing there. And then you see the guy holding the pistol to his side. He's already brandishing it. Technically, that's not right. There's no fighting going on. Technically, that's against the law to pull your firearm like that and hold it. That's brandishing it. Now, it looks like when he upped it, he let off 1 shot. It seems like, from my understanding, is he hit his own friend, but, family member, whatever. From what I heard, hit him in the head. And in the video, you can see him shooting one-handed. You can see the way his firearm is angled. So I'm not 100% sure that he was the one who got his own family member, but that's what rumors are. It looked like maybe there's pushing, shoving, and then a punch took off, and someone hit Quavo. At first, they were saying Quavo was the reason that Takeoff got shot. No, it looks like Quavo actually was trying to leave. He said, "Let's get out of here. We don't want people to get hurt." And then someone punched him. So what did the people that they were with do? Tried defending him. But while defending him, that's not security. That's the problem. The guy didn't have training. He's holding his firearm with one hand, which in some situations you have to shoot one-handed. But when there's that many people around, it sounded like a loud caliber, like a bigger caliber, and you're shooting it one-handed in a crowd of people. What do you think is going to happen? Also, one-handed, the recoil is much harder to control. It's much harder to be accurate, especially when it's chaotic. You have adrenaline pumping through you. There's a fight breaking out, and so on. But anyways, then you hear shots that were returned back at him. Here's the thing. 3 people were hit total. And I don't think anybody that was hit actually started an altercation or were part of the altercation. I get that he was jumping to defend his family or friend. I get that. But you have to be smart in these situations. I know they take off like this, but you could tell that he was almost already ready to use his firearm because he was holding it. He hit it right by his hip. It wasn't holstered. He was just holding it down, so it sort of blended in with his clothes. But he's already brandishing it before anything even happens. I feel like he jumped the gun, and he just didn't, use his firearm the way it's meant to be used. If you needed to, yes, we know there are firearms in the building. Yes, we know that someone returned fire, so we know that everyone was aware of other firearms in the area, and so on. He has to make sure that if he's going to let that firearm go, that it is justified, and that absolutely, no doubt in his mind, someone related to him, family member, whatever, was going to be seriously injured. And on top of that, here's the thing. He may have been okay if he would have defended just Quavo, who got punched, because as a sucker punch, he was actually trying to defuse the situation and walk away. The problem with it is he hit someone other than it was intended for. That's why I always talk about those anti-ricochet bullets. I know that didn't happen in this case, but that's a good thing. Because what happens in self-defense, you often miss shots. It is what it is. It's chaos. There's people moving around. You have adrenaline. Sorry, I'm a little sick. And it's just chaos. You have to be able to go back to muscle memory. And when you pull that firearm out, you're already so used to it that you know how to use it. You can't just be letting shots off one-handed. You look at the ways his firearm's angled. It's almost angled towards like people's thighs, and then you add in the factor of recoil and that this person probably doesn't train that much, and now you have a disaster on your hands. A one-handed shooter just hitting everything. So 3 people total were hit, and yes, someone fired back, and the shots were they weren't the fastest shots, but it was pretty consecutive. The return fire was ba 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 ba. There's like bop, 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 bop. So you could tell that someone was taking a little bit more time to shoot, But at the same time, like I said, total 3 people hit, 1 died, 2 are still alive, but no one was an intended target. So it's pretty sad that all this happened. Basically, they could have just fought and left it at that, but the problem with that is you don't know what's going to happen from a fist fight. Especially nowadays. You don't know if the person who goes down has a pistol on them, and as they're going down, they just start letting go. So, I can't jump on the guy 100% for what I can for the lack of training, but I can't for wanting to defend his family and friends. So, and it's going to be hard on the guy. If he is related to them, that's your family that just went. So, anyways, crazy situation. I'll give you guys updates as it goes on. It's actually a pretty crazy situation to look into because it does bring up that self-defense and that whole training. And, it brings some good points that we can all learn from. And obviously, RIP Takeoff. I like the Migos. They were huge, especially in the last 10 years. I loved a lot of stuff they dropped, And like I said, Takeoff caused the least problems out of anyone. Never had issues with people. So it's sad, but this is something we got to learn from. Anyways, thanks for watching.